Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Isa and this is my very first video. Yay! This channel is going to be about a lot of things, but I think I'm going to start off talking about medical school because I've gotten requests from my other channel with my fiance to make a little med school series. So that's what I'm going to start off with. If you haven't seen my other channel, check it out. The link will be somewhere here or there. There's going to be a little eye and a circle. And just click on that and you'll see our other channel. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about 6 med school myths that I'm going to bust because they are just not true. And I know I only finished my first year, but I feel like I can say this with confidence that these myths are not true. Number 1, you need to get straight A's to get into med school. That's a myth. Okay, I can tell you from experience. You don't need straight A's. Grades are very important along with your MCAT score, but they are not the only things that get you into medical school. Let me tell you, volunteering experiences, shadowing experiences, these are very important. And other extracurricular things, even if they're not med school related, as long as you can relate it back to leadership qualities. In undergrad, I was part of this program that put on spoken word shows and other kinds of shows, and I put that on my medical school application because that showed a lot of leadership, and I kind of described what I was doing there. It's really important to be part of extracurricular clubs, groups, and grades are important, but they are not the end of the world. So don't worry if you're pre-med and you think like, oh my gosh, I got a C in chemistry, I'm never gonna get into med school. Nope. You can still get it. Myth number 2, med school is so hard. Ugh. That's not true. It is not crazy difficult. It is actually a lot easier than you would expect. Med school is easy in the sense that what you're learning is not that difficult to understand. Really, it's not. It's something you can understand as an undergrad. It's not like, oh my gosh, what the hell are you talking about? You know in Peanuts when the adults are like, wah, 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 wah. And you're just like, what? It's actually really easy to understand everything that they're talking about. But it is kind of difficult in the sense that there's this analogy of med school is like trying to drink water from a fire hose because everything's just coming at you like at once, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You learn so much, like so much. I have a degree in neuroscience from UCLA, but in our neuroscience block here in med school, I learned more about the brain than I did in my 4 years as an undergrad. That's how much information they're throwing at you. Like, you're swimming in information, and it's really hard to pick out what's important and what you should study. So yes, I'm gonna say med school is difficult, but not super difficult, especially if you know how to study. Maybe I'll make a video of that. If you find your study method and everything. Med school is not super. It's not too hard. In my personal opinion, it's harder to get in than to succeed. So let's go on. Next one. Med students are super competitive. Okay, I can't speak for all schools, so I'm just going to speak for my school. As an undergrad, pre-meds were crazy competitive. Like, before the test, you'd hear people pretending to study and they'd be saying the wrong information out loud just to like trip you up. I've heard of people, sabotaging other people, stealing their notes or letting them borrow the wrong notes. Like, pre-meds are horrible people. Well, not all. Because somehow med schools pick out people who are just naturally kind because that's what you need to be a doctor. In my school, every class has a Dropbox and we all share our resources, and it's pass or fail, so everybody wants everybody to do well. The administrators really care about you, they want you to do well. There's no like super competition where you're like, oh my gosh, so-and-so has these notes, I don't want them to have the notes. Like, no, that's not true at all. Everybody's really nice, and in my class, at least, as far as I know, everyone gets along, Of course, you're going to be closer to some people than other people because that's just how life is. You get along with some people more than other people, but as a whole, our school, our class really gets along. And I'm really grateful for that because undergrad, it was not like that. It was pre-meds, man. Fortunately for me, I took like an engineering series of math and chemistry, and the engineers are like, C's get degrees, so nobody's really competitive as an engineer. They were all really helpful. But once I got into like the actual life science classes with the rest of the pre-med kids, girl. No. I'm just gonna say, but in med school, it's not like that. Seriously, you will find great people and great friends and great help. And here's another thing. In undergrad, right, people get straight A's, or somebody would get an A, like a really high 90-something% on the midterm. So you go and ask them like, oh my gosh, hey, you got a 90-something%, how did you do that? And they're just gonna be like, well, I didn't really study, I just kind of pay attention in class a lot, so I make sure I really understand it, and I don't really study, But that's a lie. These are the people who are pulling all-nighters and just getting 4 hours of sleep just so they can get that straight A, but they're going to tell you they're not studying. That's what they're going to tell you. But in med school, that's not how it is at all. You see somebody with a 98%, you're like, how do you do this? They're like, okay, step 1, I use these notes and these notes and these notes, I would recommend this and this, and then, they would tell you what they're doing, and it would be really helpful. That helped me. I went to the people with the highest grades. I asked them, what are you doing? They told me. Here I am. I heard this quote that was like, everyone loves med students, but hates pre-meds. And I can see why. And, I'm not making fun of you if you're pre-med, obviously, because I was pre-med. Everybody in my school was pre-med. It's just that in undergrad, a lot of the pre-med students are just really mean, But not in my schools. Everyone in med school is only science-minded. So you think you're gonna go to school with a bunch of people who only really think about medicine and science and stuff, but as far as I know, at least in my class, that is not true. I'm a humanities chair for my class, so one thing I did this year was to put on a talent show, and our class is so talented. We have singers and dancers and people who play instruments and people who write their own music. We have artists, we have everything, in our class. Our class is very diverse in their talents, and nobody's just like straight science-minded, Even our clubs at our schools, we have a surfing club and a camping club and a music club, so not everything is just science. So if you're not the type of person who's just always focused on science, don't worry, you'll still do well. And if you are the type of person that's only focused on science, then you'll do well also, because you can just focus on the science part. But don't feel like you have to give up this artistic or non-science part of yourself just to be successful in med school, because that is not true. Nope, that's not true. For example, I am definitely not only science-minded. In fact, I would say that I'm more everything else minded than science. Oh! Hi, Will.
Hi.
Just walked up in the middle of my video. Now get up.
Hey guys. This is on the phone here, so I'm on the phone.
You're on the phone?
Just gonna grab my coffee.
Oh my gosh, go away.
I'm not doing any product placement. Really not.
Okay. Put that away because...
Wait, want something to drink? Act like you're drinking. Here you go, honey.
Thank you. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Like I was saying, I am not only science-minded, trust me. I love to do every other thing, seriously. I like to play instruments, I like to play piano and oud and guitar, and I like to draw, and I like to paint, and I write a lot, and I write poetry. Like, I'm not only science-minded, and if that's how med school was, I would probably be really miserable. But I also do love science. I love the human body, especially the heart. And I love patients. I love when I get to see patients. So it's nice to have that balance of doing everything I love about medicine, because I honestly do love medicine, but not having to give up everything else I love, because I do love art also. So yay, that's another myth. All right, next one. I really don't like this myth because it's, I don't know. So a lot of people think of med school as, okay, you're gonna have to do, oh my gosh, you have to do 4 years of undergrad, then 4 years of med school, and then who knows how many years of residency. That depends on your residency. So that's already like over 11 years of just training, you know, oh my gosh. And then you don't become a real person until, you know, all this time later. But I don't like thinking that way, because I don't feel like med school is the loading bar until you become a real person. I think that med school is just like a job, you know? We work and we study and we, you know, it's like I see my friends on Facebook and I see what they're doing and stuff, and some of them seem to really love their jobs, and I see that and I'm like, I am happy that they're happy, but I would never be happy doing that. And I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. I'm happy to be in med school, and I do feel like I'm a real adult. And there are real adults in our school. You know, there are people, our age ranges from like 23 to like 40. So you can't. I don't really like people saying, oh, you know, you're still in this like loading bar area, because you're not. Especially people who like take time off. Some people take time off and they start a family and then they go back to med school. You know, so med school isn't just a little purgatory or limbo you're in until you start life. It is life. It's what you do. You're just living your life, and this part of your life just happens to be medical school. And our last and final myth. This is the biggest myth in the world. It's that you won't have time for friends, family, or fun. That is a lie. That is super, super, super lie. I'm gonna tell you right now, our class goes out a lot. There are people who go out every weekend to go like clubbing and stuff. I was able to do that in undergrad, but now I can't keep up. But that's not because of med school. That's just because I can't keep up and going out clubbing every week. But if I wanted to, I could, and I would still do well. I can still do other things. You know, I keep a really good relationship with my fiance. I get to see my friends from undergrad and from middle school. Like my best friends I met in middle school, and I still get to see them pretty often. My friends in medical school here, we get to go out. We can go out at night, or we can go, you know, to the beach, or just, you have time to do other things. Trust me, you can do whatever you want. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to spend 30 hours a week beaching, you know, but you get time. Yeah, it's not like you're so overwhelmed that all you do is study, eat, and sleep. Like, that's not true at all. You still, especially if you know how you're studying, if you know what's good for you, then you can study smarter, not harder. You'll still have time to go out, trust me. I get to see my family sometimes if I go home for a weekend or something. I get to see my friends when they come over, like my friends outside of med school. And I made a lot of friends in med school, especially, like, you make friends studying, right, in a study group, and then after that you're like, I don't feel like studying, let's go to blah, blah, blah. So then you go out, so then you get to like see them in both kinds of environment. And it's really cool to see my like fellow med students in the different environments. Like, it's really cool to see them studying, and then you see them with patients, and you see them doing research, and then you see them partying, and it's like you see all these different sides of them. And that's how med school is. You have time for whatever you want to make time for. So if you're pre-med, you will have time for family, friends, and fun. I remember that was like the biggest thing for me when I was like, oh, I really like medicine, I like what I'm doing, I enjoy myself volunteering stuff, but I don't want to just do this, only this. So this is like a really pleasant surprise to be able to come into med school. Actually, you know what's funny? During my interview for this school, it was really cool because it was supposed to be an interview, but then it ended up just being like a conversation. So, you know, it starts off with the whole tell me about yourself thing. So I start talking, and then I make a connection with the doctor, and then we're talking, and then I'm like you know, I mentioned that I like to dance and that I'm scared that I'll have to like lose those things. And she was like, oh no, I dance. And then she started talking about the clubs that there were, and she told me about her experience, and she was telling me how this is a myth. That really helped me out. I had a lot more confidence going into med school, and I'm really glad that that was a myth. We even get spring break, dude. A lot of people went to Cabo for spring break this year. I went to Cancun with my friend. It was so fun. Like, it was so fun, dude. If you guys have spring break, I highly suggest Mexico, especially Cancun, because it's just so fun. And I got to practice my Spanish. But those are all the myths that I'm going to talk about today. If you're med students or future med students and you know any myths, leave them in the comments below. I would like to read them. And if you have heard something and you don't know if it's a myth, leave that in the comments too and ask me, and I will tell you to the best of my knowledge, because I've only finished first year. So if you're asking me if something's a myth about third year, then I don't know what to say. But yeah. Anyway, oh, also, if you haven't seen my other channel, check it out. I'm pretty sure you have, because I have a strong feeling that most of the viewers for this video are coming from my other channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other ideas for videos that I should make, whether med school related or not, let me know in the comments also, so I can make all these videos for you guys, because I really enjoy doing this. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.